IVM.
Hello and welcome to the ATKT Talent Tent podcast. I am the best from Andheri West.
And I'm Krupa.
And we are here celebrating all things college and the very talented people from colleges that we see. But today is left of center, right of center, right of left of right. Ask what I'm meaning.
Do you mean out of college?
Yes, he's literally out of college. Our guest today is Mr. Rishi Thakker, who has, believe it or not, dropped out of college because he wants to pursue music and he believes that he can make it. And guess what? I heard his music today actually while preparing for this episode, and his music is fantastic. I loved it. And guys, you all should check it out too. Please welcome on the show
Rishi
Thakker, aka Dropped Out. No, his DJ name, his producer name, his artist name is actually Dropped Out. Meta.
Nice. I'm going to clap
Hey
you.
guys, what's up?
Let's pretend that Rishi didn't smack the mic out of his face earlier.
Yeah,
Sorry,
and
guys.
we had to do this welcome take 4 times. So, it's customary here that every guest that comes on the show starts with a performance, but you are a music producer, so you have for us what track you are going to allow us to play on the show today.
It's called Bipolar. Released it a year back, and now you're gonna hear it.
Okay, so this is Rishi Talwar, aka Dropped Out.
It's Rishi Thakker.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Thakker.
why? Because a really good friend of mine is called Rishi Talwar, so I'm going to confuse you a lot, but I'll try my best not to.
Thanks, man.
Just call him Dropout.
This is
Dropped Out.
This is DJ Dropout.
DJ dropped out.
No, this is Dropped Out with his track Bipolar. After this,
Nano break.
ding ding ding.
Hey guys, I'm Mikhail Almeida. I host a podcast with my co-hosts Akash Mehta and Siddharth Dureja on the IVM app. It's called What a Player.
What a player.
WADDAPLAYAH, because illiterates can't find it on their own.
No, and the her at the end is very important. What a player.
Yeah. And it comes out every Thursday on the IVM app. Tune in, we discuss everything sports, all sports.
All sports.
Yeah.
Mainly cricket, other sport in the middle, sandwich.
What happened to your language skills? Don't worry, he talks better on the show.
Yeah.
It's
So-
a great show. It has all things, including cricket and things around sports as well.
Yeah.
And some personal life.
As you can see, we're a very united podcast, and if you want to listen to us, tune in to us every Thursday on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com.
Thursday.
that was Rishi Thakker with his track Bipolar, and tell us about it.
Yeah, so like I released it a year back. Like my tracks are super down tempo, sad, like ambient, more like airy. And like I put it out because like I was in a duo before, and I actually just made the song after breaking up like with the guy who I was in the duo with. And like this was like the second track that I made, and like both of us basically broke up because we wanted to go different ways. I wanted to go this way, that was this track, and he wanted to go a different way. So like I released this track's like really meaningful because like it was super cloudy, rainy, and like super sad. And like I felt that because like dropping out is really tough because like your parents are not into it, your friends are not into it, none of the people from your family are into it. So like I basically made this track just to, you know, tell them that you know, like this track is something that this is the music that I can make, and like people can actually hear it and stuff.
So that was kind of like a reintroduction
Yeah.
of yourself to your family and friends.
Yeah, like with my music, because I don't talk much about my music, so like I just like show them that this is what I can make, this is what you can hear, and like this is me. Yeah.
So when did you drop out of college? 2 years back?
Yeah, 2 years back.
And you released this track 1 year back. So, oh, wow.
What kind of music were you making before that?
I was I was actually making dubstep and like really hardcore trap and stuff like that. But like my really good friend Karan Kanchan, like who everyone knows, he helped me out with, basically he makes this kind of music like trap and dubstep, and like he saw the chill side of my music, the down tempo, more melodic side of my music, and he's like, you're good at this, why don't you try pursuing this, because your dubstep's not that like great.
I mean, he didn't want competition.
Yeah.
You know.
So like he told me that, you know, why don't you try this full time? And actually I was with another mentor who was telling me to go into more dubstep because everyone was doing it, but I like Karan helped me out with like, you know, don't do what everyone else is doing, try to do something different than what like, you know, everyone is doing. So like he tried to push me into the direction which I am in now, and like yeah, like
eliminating the competition right from the beginning. That's brilliant, Karan. Well played. What was your duo called?
My duo was Dropped Out in the start.
Oh, so you took the name with you.
Yeah, and like I actually yeah, like,
is he still doing music, the other guy?
Yeah, he's actually my best friend now.
Oh,
and
wow.
he is doing like
So
pretty
was
well
it
for
a
himself.
sad
What's his
ending?
name?
His name is Mahir Raza, and like his artist name is Manin, and like he's making like amazing music by himself and stuff.
He's still stuck to that sound?
No. He's after me talking to him, he actually like after a while he hated me for 6 months, and like we didn't talk. We were in the same group, but like we didn't talk, and like it was always like a love-hate relationship. But now like he understood that what I was trying to say, trying to do something different and stuff, and now he's like pretty much doing amazing. He's doing something completely different from what I am doing, and like the rest of the people are.
Oh, Karan spoke to him also.
No, I spoke.
All right. So tell me about your music production process. What software do you use?
I use FL Studio.
Oh, okay. Wow. Like the first thing I ask producers is it pirated or original?
I don't want to talk about it.
It's
So
pirated, guys.
yeah.
It's pirated. And what hardware do you use? Like what laptop is this?
It's like a computer that my dad built for me, because I just like I'm not at all technical with any of this stuff like hardware or anything. I told him I want to make music and I need a kind of like a good computer, so he built like a desktop for me, and I've been making music on it since 3 years.
Wow.
But like I had one before that my brother and me like my brother and I, he actually made for himself for gaming. He used to play FIFA and stuff, so like I used to make music on that, and that was like 10 years old, that computer, and I used to make music on that, but that used to keep on hanging. And then he left for Canada, and then I was stuck with that shitty computer, and I was making music on that. But then I told my dad that, you know, I think I need something, and he's like, are you sure you're going to make music? And then I was like, I don't know. And then he gave me that computer, and like I've been making music on that ever since. And then after that I earned a little bit of money. I bought myself some good set of speakers, a good sound card, and then yeah.
Upgrade. Do you perform live?
Yeah, I DJ like all the music that I make and music around my kind of music.
What do you play live? Like if you're playing your own music, how do you perform those sets?
I DJ. I perform like
on your laptop?
No, on CDJs.
CDJs. Okay, traditional, old school guy. So yeah, I need to know this talk me through, how did you decide, listen, this college thing is not working out for me, I want to become Skrillex?
I wish, but like, so I was studying my whole first year. I went, I gave my exams and everything. And actually, I have learning disability.
What were you studying?
I was studying BCom.
Which college?
Mithibai College.
How much did you score in your 12th?
80%.
Alright, so you were pretty much into it.
No.
So 80% that only happened.
He just dropped it.
Oh, I see what you did. Oh.
So like I did that, like my 12th, and then like I went into first year BCom. I was like, oh, I can do this, and my parents are like, oh, once you finish this, everything's over and you can do music full time.
Yes, that's a trap. Parents keep doing it.
That never ends, no?
Let me tell you, in 1994, when I was in 10th standard, I told my dad, I'm really old, I told my dad, I want to buy a guitar. He's like, हाँ beta, you finish your SSC exams and you will get a guitar. SSC exams हो गया. Now, see, you joined science. अभी science finish कर लो, 12th standard, I'll buy you a guitar. 12th भी pass हो गया. See, now you're doing engineering, you won't have time to study. You finish your engineering, I'll buy you a guitar.
So did you get the guitar?
I dropped out of engineering and I bought my own guitar. So parents do that.
So yeah, and I was in my first year. I gave the first semester, and I was super confident. I studied for like 4-5 months. I was in tuitions and I had 3-4 tuitions a day. So like I was in tuitions the whole day. I was confident about the exams. I almost failed all of them. I had to give KT exams, and then so the second set came and I was almost like, oh, I'm giving up on this, because I was making music even back then, when I was in my first year. I was making music all the time, even in my parents were super strict, so they used to give me a break for an hour or two, and all I did in my break was either sleeping or making music. And I wanted to do that more than what I was doing, because I thought I had more potential than just 1 hour of music, but they were super strict. So I gave my second semester, and I failed a couple of them too, but then I gave my KT papers and I cleared all of them. Because I told my parents that, I actually want to finish this and stuff like that. I actually sat down. I didn't study, but I studied a week before with a scholar. He taught me over the call. And that's how I studied when I passed. My friend used to make me study from call. And then I passed all those papers. And then the second semester came. I gave my first exam. Second one, I think I didn't study, but I still gave it. The third exam, the night before, so we had regular exams every day, and they were in the morning, so 10 o'clock. And the exams used to get over in the afternoons, and then used to come back home, sleep, and then wake up and study. But we didn't study because BCom. So I was with my friend on call, and it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had an exam next day at 10 o'clock, and I was scared, and so we started studying, and the first I opened the book and we started reading it to each other, and the first page ka third word I didn't understand. And
first page ka third word.
Yeah, I religiously remember the book and the page and everything, and I didn't understand the word, so we googled it, and Google also didn't have a proper definition, so we sat over that word for an hour and a half.
Hello, you're learning BCom. What is this that you have to go on Google to learn for?
I don't know. So I did that, and we sat over it for an hour and a half or two, and then it was 3 o'clock, and then I was like, I can't do this. It's 3 o'clock. So my friend's on call with me, and he was my college best friend. He is. So I told him it's 3 o'clock. I want to drop out. I'm going to tell my mom. I'm going to wake her up right now. And he's like, what? You what?
मतलब थोड़ा overreacting नहीं हो रहा है.
No. See, everyone said that. So that happened, and he's like, don't, your mom is going to slap you. She's going to hit you. And I was like, no. I have to do this right now, or I can't do it at all, because I had so much energy at that time that I want to drop out of college. And then at 3 o'clock, I woke her up and I told her, Mom, I can't do this. I want to drop out. She didn't say anything.
She went back to sleep.
She's like, we'll talk in the morning, and then she went back to sleep.
Okay.
And then the next morning, her and dad were in my room, and they were looking at me while I was sleeping. I was so scared. I was like, yo, shit. And then they woke me up, and then they were like, are you sure you want to? And my brother was in Canada, so he's like the kind of the decision maker.
Your elder brother?
Yeah, my elder brother. He's 6 years older than me.
All right.
And like, so like he was, I think he was on video call with my parents, and then like we were talking about it like 2 hours before my exam, and I told them that I want to drop out, and because I hadn't studied anything, because after I told her that I wanted to drop out, I went to sleep. I didn't study. So and I told my friend after that, like, who was on call.
What paper was this?
Advertising. It was like the easiest paper, and like I couldn't understand anything. And then like I didn't study, so my parents are like, "Tu ja exam mein, sit there, write whatever you can, and come back." So I sat there 15 minutes, came back home.
Well, you did what they asked you to, so.
Yeah, but I didn't write anything.
But they did what you
Yeah.
did what they asked you
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
So it's like full swag. You went in this classroom, everyone is there sitting, writing, you gave paper in 50 minutes back and you came out and people were like, wow.
No.
scholars,
So I told all my friends, I told all my friends before giving the paper. So like everyone's sitting and discussing, I'm sitting there chilling and I'm like, hey, what's up? Like I didn't talk to them, but like they were all studying and I was not at all studying. So they're like, why aren't you studying? I'm like, I'm dropping out. And they're like, ha, cool. And then they saw me leaving the paper in 15 minutes and everyone was like, oh.
He's serious.
Yeah. And then like every paper I went for it, I left in 15 because they were like, at least ja. Because like the HOD of my department was my neighbor. So like she told me that even if you want to drop out, you just go for the exam because you shouldn't be marked absent or some shit like that.
What difference it makes?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Okay.
So like they were just like, go sit for the paper, sit for 15 minutes and like come back home. And I did that till the end, and then after that particular exam got over, I actually dropped out of college. I gave in my application to the principal. I had to get like the librarian's signature or some stuff like that, and then I actually dropped out of college.
So that's the process. You just can't stop going to college.
No, you can't. You actually have to give an application like that will cancel your attendance or like cancel your admission to college because they record like every if you walk into college now our college has like biometric stuff.
Okay.
So like you have to for entering you have to give in your thumbprint and stuff like that. So like they record everything, every entry, every exit. So like yeah.
Dude, this sounds like a better version of every Ranbir Kapoor movie. It's just, I would watch this.
Also, shout out to Ambani ji for all those brilliant phone call data plans that all night you would speak to your friend and learn on the phone.
Yeah.
Like,
WhatsApp calls.
Back in my WhatsApp calls.
Yeah.
So,
because we were saving money. Gujju now for sure.
How much did your friend score in those exams though? He's killing it.
So the friend who was with me, the guy was on call, he's the luckiest person alive because he didn't study. He studied less than me, and he's got .40 marks in all of his papers in all semesters, all of them. So that's passing marks, 40, and he's got 40 in all of them.
Wow, I think he's going to join his dad's business.
He did. No, he graduated, he's in his dad's business. He's going to hate me for this.
I mean, it's like, in medicine, in medical lines and all, your passing is 80%.
Yeah.
80% is passing. Think about it, dude. If you go to a doctor who got 80%, agar tera disease wo 20% mein padta hai, what's going to happen, bro?
I don't know. I'm scared.
Yeah. So just go to doctors who got full 100%
or don't.
Yeah.
Don't go to doctor at all.
Don't.
Google the disease and symptoms.
It's cancer.
Pop a crocin and hope for the best.
What if you got like hurt on your leg? You just pop a crocin.
That's your personal problem.
So yeah. So when you were speaking, you were telling me about you had a study group.
Yeah.
What about to all those friends? Like they looked at you and like, wow, brave guy. Yeah? He's pursuing his dreams. Or
No, not at all.
Then
they're like, you're an idiot. You won't be able to do anything in life. What music you're doing? Because at that point they didn't like my music at all. They're just like, हाँ अच्छा बना रहा है कुछ तो.
What music were you making at that point?
I was making shitty house music back then, like in college, and like with dubstep and like moving towards the hard music scene.
Okay.
So like none of them liked it because all of them were listening to commercial pop and like stuff like that. So none of them like my music. So like they were just like, oh, you're an idiot. You won't be able to do anything in your life. And like some of them were like, hey, go for it. And they're like, in the back.
And your brother?
Oh, he...
You said he was a learned person and all?
So he actually wanted to be a musician when he was young. He used to play the keyboard, and he was the one who introduced me to music.
Oh.
So he didn't have any problem with he just asked me, like, do you think you can pull it off? Do you think actually you can go ahead and make music full time and like try to earn money from it and stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, I can try. He's like, I can try. I want you to be 100% sure. So he gave me a week. And for a week I was just thinking if I could do it or not. Then I actually called him back and I told him that I can do it. Then he convinced my parents, and then like everything happens. Like I completely dropped out, like no education.
What does your brother do?
My brother has done MBA in IT and he's settled in Canada now.
Okay, right. So like one is overachiever and one is like
underachiever.
I won't say underachiever, you're still achieving, but in terms of education qualifications, not achieving.
Yeah, he is absolutely amazing. He used to play football on like a state level or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
intense.
and like he was amazing at everything. And then like, there's me. So like my parents were super strict about studies. They were like, have these many tuitions a day, this and that.
Was like sometimes you would find your mom sitting at home just like, what happened, mama? No, this auntie of yours said this about, uska beta dekho, college nahi ja raha hai.
No, now that used to happen back like a year back, where they were like, you sure, like after a year they were like, you sure you don't want to go back do privates or something? And I was like, no, nothing. And then they used to be like, ye dekho, ye aisa kar raha hai, waisa kar raha hai. But like dhire they just saw me making more music and like being like completely into it and doing shows. So they were just like, oh okay. And now they're super supportive. Now they actually, like my mom posts like she copies the links of my songs, posts it on Facebook and tags my son Heart and stuff like that.
Aww. Have they come for any of your shows?
Yeah. My mom actually gave me a surprise. So I had a show a week back and I called all my friends, and my sister comes for all my shows. She's my biggest fan, so I love her. And she texted me 3 hours before my show that someone's coming and you're going to be happy. And I'm like, oh shit, who's
My
this?
brother's coming from Canada.
No, yeah, that was my first reaction. And then she goes like, she's your biggest fan. And I'm like, ye kaun hai? And I was like, nahi, I don't know. So I was just like, screw it, I'll focus on my show. So I was preparing for my set and stuff. So I went there and I started performing. And then I saw my mom walking into the venue, and I was like, oh. And then that was the first show, a week back. That was my first show she ever saw me perform, as doing my thing. And then she texted me after the show that that I felt like dancing but I couldn't because super awkward, all of your friends were there and other people were there. So she wanted to dance because she actually liked the music that I played, which
that's
yeah,
I remember my mom has come for only one of my gigs. It was when I was playing for this one punk rock band called Khiladi, and it was a Celebrate Bandra festival in 2010 or 11, if I'm not wrong. I think 2009 it was. I'm not sure. And my mom was there that time with my friend, and I was in the crowd. Everybody say hi to my mom. And then after the show, my mom was like, please never do that. Really embarrassing. Everybody turned and was looking at me, and I was like, oh my god, what do I do now? So she stops coming for my shows. And she also said that you abuse a lot on stage. I don't like to hear that.
What?
Yeah. I have a big potty mouth on stage. I say a lot of galis.
No, I have stage fright, so I don't pick up the mic at all.
Yeah, you're a DJ.
Yeah, some people do that now, 1, 2, 3 jump and stuff like that.
Yeah,
DJ
those are the ones.
dropped out. Dropping the beats.
Yep. I want to do that next time, next show.
DJ Dropout.
Yeah.
All right. What about? I mean, your. I don't think it's a stupid question, but it's very legit. What about your building people? When you walk by, you can see from the windows, and beta, see that guy? Don't be like him. Go to college.
The people in my building actually love my music.
Wow.
Yeah, and I have huge speakers on which I make music, and I lived there for 5 years. I recently moved, but the building I was staying in, everyone loved my music. No one had a problem. No one had any issue. Everyone just absolutely loved what I was doing.
Do you have some weird relatives or weird, neighbors who will come will you play for my daughter's shadi? Like that?
I had one who thought I play the band.
Huh.
So he asked me, how much does my band charge? I'm like, what? I don't have a band. He's like, how do you earn for how do you earn then? Then I'm like, I don't play. I produce music and I DJ it. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And then he left.
I remember my relatives once asked me, Acha, you're a musician, you make music. अच्छा कौन से picture में आपका गाने आया? I said, no, I didn't come. Then for them, music starts and starts Bollywood. How many people asked you?
Yeah, that people wanted me to do Bollywood from my like relatives. They're like, तुम Bollywood नहीं करोगे तो पैसा नहीं कमाओगे. And they were just like, Bollywood is like how can I say this? Like, if you're not doing Bollywood, you're not doing music.
Okay, that's, I mean, it's there. Like, if you're not playing IPL, you're not a cricketer. You know. Do you have any Bollywood connects? Like, you know, people will be like, hey, if you want, I can make you meet my uncle or my friend.
I actually do. So, like, one of my mother's brother is DJ Suketu. And like, yeah. So like he basically taught me how to like DJ and stuff.
So you learned from Suketu?
Yeah.
You didn't go to any DJing academy?
No, I actually started DJing 7 years back. I went to this class and which didn't help me at all because
there are DJing classes?
There are DJ academies. They are huge, bro.
Really?
Who don't teach anything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which academy is this? Give me the name.
I don't want to say.
Name and shame. You went there 7 years ago. They won't even know.
No, so 7 years. So he's like my dad's friend.
It's okay. You don't have to give a name. We'll find out.
I'll tell you after the podcast. So like I went there and I told him I want to make music 7 years back. And he's like, you DJ first, then you make music.
That's stupid.
Yeah, and then I was like, it's that. Like, I didn't know how it works. So like
he was trying to eliminate competition there also. Everyone at your journey in this music field right now is trying to eliminate competition. Like, beta, tum podcast mat karo. You are good to become a DJ. Like, you know, don't become a podcaster.
So like I went there and it was absolute trash because he didn't have like the club standard equipment. He didn't have anything. He had this small console in which he used to make me play on. He was good. He taught me how to mix and stuff, but like not that like well and like not the technicals and like stuff like that. So after that I was like, cool, I want to make music. So I started researching how to make music and stuff. So like that's how I found FL Studio and I started making
everything on like YouTube type.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything.
So, I've always wondered if you have to know like how to play an instrument to be able to like produce music.
No, not at all.
No, really?
I don't know how to play anything.
Really?
Absolutely nothing.
Like but do you know any theory, anything?
Not at all. So like I know a little bit. So I know my brother was a pianist. I always saw him playing the keys, and I've always seen like musicians playing the specific thing for a really long time. And when you're working in a software, it basically has that same layout, but it's like if you don't know anything, how are you going to make it? So you can just draw it, and that's how I learned how like a keyboard player plays his synth, or like whatever it is. So I learned it that way, and I started reading how to like you know like reading artists, how they play the piano, the guitar, or everything, and then I started programming them. And that's how I kept on like, you know, making music. I kept on seeing artists on playing on YouTube or like my friends or anything. I didn't know how to learn, and I had no interest in learning actually any like instrument. I was like, I want to make music. I don't want to learn how to I want to learn how to compose, but like, I could do that through my ear. So I have a really good ear. So I can make music through that.
I mean, I guess I'm wow that you don't know music, but then the music you've produced sounds quite fantastic. You know, the layers, the soundscapes and all. Dude, that's fantastic, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, and there are like, I won't know much, but there's like scales and everything. Like it just
I thought
feels
this guy knows
all
his
of it.
chords.
Yeah, it just feels like.
Yeah, it's good serious talent hai bande mein. Tell me about the first gig you performed. How long back was that, and who scored you that gig?
My first.
Because I'm guessing you would have been underage. These clubs don't allow you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I was 17 or 16, and like I had this DJ group, and like we always used to like make music and DJ together, like in like our small rooms and stuff with the small consoles. So he gave me this. My first show was I was playing in Mithibai College in front of like 1,000 people for the first time.
After you dropped out?
No, this was before I dropped out. That when I was just making music for like fun and stuff.
So that time you were DJ 75% attendance.
Yeah, 75% attendance. So like that was that 1, 2, 3 jump period time, like that the weird EDM phase.
It still happens.
It still happens, but like I've moved on from that phase.
Okay. Yeah.
So
it's 1, 2, 3 sleep.
So like yeah, that was my first gig, and absolutely like trash because I played for an hour and no one's moving an inch.
What were you playing?
I was playing like normal music that I like, And I was like, oh, this is not how it works. And after that, I started doing like a bunch of commercial, small like DJ gigs, like small clubs here and there. And that's how I learned how to play for the people. But like I was not satisfied with that. And like that's how I moved from there to, I was just like, I wanna like play the music that I'm making and the music around it. So like I moved away from just like, you know, playing music for other people and just making it for myself.
So what are the things you wish you knew then while you were just starting out that you know now?
Oh,
Like, for example, it's like you said, it's not about the music you like when you're DJing as opposed to like when you're producing. It's basically what you want to listen to, right?
yeah.
So what are the other things you wish you'd known?
I wish I knew that branding is very important. Like back then, like because branding is super important. Like if you have good music, that's good. But like if you don't show, like, you know, people won't appreciate if you don't show it to people. Something like that. Like if you don't have like an amazing outlook to it, like or a vision. So something like that, or like the way you're pursuing your artworks, the way you're showing yourself, your pictures here and there, and like everything, basically your social banners, everything, absolutely everything. And that I wish I knew before that, because like right now I'm working towards that, working on my own visuals, working on my own music a lot, and like just trying to fit both of them together. So I wish I knew that, like this specific thing back then, because like back then also I didn't know that there are a lot of types of music, and like if I knew it back then I would be somewhere else right now, to be honest, because I was just stuck to my EDM zone. And then like a lot of people came in my life and showed me, oh, this is that, like these are the different kinds of music. Like there was jazz, there was like blues, there was absolutely like metal, dubstep, rock, everything. So like other people showed it to me. So like that, I wish I knew that before.
And would you have considered going to a music college when you dropped out? Like did that ever cross your mind?
Yeah, it actually crossed my mind, but all that stuff is too expensive and I didn't want to actually pressurize my parents. I did tell them that I want to go to a music school, like, you know, do it. And I actually wanted to go to LA for for music school, because that's where the music I like, the scene was there. And it was really expensive, and like I told my parents that, you know, that I want to do this, but like my brother put in my head that, you know, it's not easy going to LA and like somewhere abroad just like, you know, to study music alone after you've dropped out of college. And then like he put in my head that, you know, don't do this. Like if you can try doing it on your own, do it. Like when I get the money, I'll actually pay for it. And that was like a year back. And now I understood that, you know, I actually, like, music schools are cool if you want to learn instruments. Like, I haven't seen any good music school that teaches music production as good as, you know, you experiencing it yourself. And, like, yeah, that's about it. Like, I wouldn't go to a music school. Like, if I wanted to, but, like, I didn't get the chance. So that was, like, a good thing.
Do you miss college life, seeing your friends, you know?
Yeah,
regular?
absolutely. I love, like, I really miss it, because, like, I see all my friends, you know, they graduated, like, I think 2-3 months back, and, like, all of them having their
convocations.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, I miss hanging out with them after college, you know, and, like, you know, just, like, chilling after college for, like, an hour or two, doing absolutely nothing. And stuff like that. Like, not at all. Like, I actually I miss a little bit of the studying, because I really liked some of the subjects, but I was absolutely horrible at some of them. That was most of them. Or I just like one of the subjects. So yeah, that.
So you spoke about branding. How strong is your social media game? Do you like pose in front of cars, like, you know, thankful for my life?
No.
And you know, like there is DJs nowadays. You see, they'll do one gig. There'll be some 100 pictures, and from different angles every day one picture will go up on the social media saying, like, you know, blessed life, living the life. Like, same club, same show from 5 years, you're recycling the pictures. Like, you don't have black V-neck t-shirts and all that, no? Or white V-necks, you know, nothing like that?
No, absolutely. Like, nothing like that. It's just...
what branding are you doing then?
I don't even know. So, like, how can I say it?
Are you managed? Do you have management?
No. but like I have been approached a little bit, but like I have like no interest right now because I'm new to this. Like I'm making music since a really long time, but I started putting it out like through this new Dropout thing since like 2 years, and like I'm just looking forward to knowing the like how is the scene and who are the people involved and like how it goes about and stuff like that. So it's just like whatever I like I do that, and like whoever approaches me for sure, and like I do it. That's it.
What all projects have you done so far? Collabs? Like what? Have you done any commercial projects or something that paid you money? You produced for someone? Ads, background scores?
No. I actually wanted to do that, but like I was so focused on actually doing my own productions because I make a lot of music. So like this year I've made 120 tracks.
Holy
yeah, and like I like work really fast. I really like working a lot and like working really fast. And like I have a lot of projects coming up in the future, and I have a track coming out on the 1st, which is coming out on the on a label called the XXX, which is coming out with an artist from Majestic Casual, and she was a singer. The singer on it was from X Factor, and like I've done a project with her, and it's coming out on the 1st, which is like next month.
wow.
Yeah.
It's knocking it out of the park. What is so great about this Majestic thing?
Majestic Casual is basically my dream label, and like the guy who I worked on the song with, he's the first Indian artist to be on Majestic Casual, and like that's like my dream label because all the artists that I dream like that I listen to every day are on that label.
Does it make you feel stupid having that tattoo now?
What? This one? Yeah. No, Ozla is my dream. Ozla is like...
Yeah, guys, for those who don't know, Dropped Out over here has a Ozla ka tattoo on him. The Ozla is, at least as far as I know, one of those genre-bending record labels that Skrillex and everyone, even Getter is on Ozla? Getter was, okay.
So now he has his own record label and stuff.
Oh, okay. So they do really the hard, as what the kids are calling it nowadays, headbanging music?
Yeah, but like, so that's what people think that Ozla was. And if you go back to like, the roots of Ozla, it started from Porter Robinson. That was complete complextro. That was completely different kind of music from what it was, basically house music into complex dubstep patterns and all that stuff, which moved towards more. So Ozla basically had every genre possible, from rock to like, chill hop to everything.
I didn't know they had rock.
They had everything.
Are you going to get a Majestic Casual ka tattoo on you?
I don't know. I don't like the logo.
Yeah, I hope they don't hear this. All right.
So, what are the other artists, like Indian artists, that you're inspired by? Or
absolutely. One of them is Karan. Then Charms.
Karan being Karan Kanchan.
Yeah, Charms. That's
Charms without the
A. Yeah, Charms. Then Bridge. That's ZZZ. 3 oscillators. I don't know how many names does he have.
Bridge is Bridgesh, not.
yes.
No, it's Bridge.
BRIJ?
Yeah,
that's Bridge, please.
Yeah, Bridge, please.
Okay.
So that, then...
There's a DJ called 3 Oscillator.
3 oscillators, yeah. That's 2 of them. Bridge and...
there are 2 of them, but there are 3 oscillators. The third is the laptop.
Yeah, probably.
They both use one laptop only.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like those guys. Absolutely everyone from Jwala. Jwala Collective.
Jwala again without the A.
Yeah.
Like, what's with these kids nowadays and not liking vowels, man?
Wait, I think the end has an A. Jwala. Yeah, I think.
Thank God. It will be Jewel. Okay. So, have you now, post leaving college, gone and performed any college gigs?
No, I don't think my kind of music actually has the potential of being in a college gig or and like stuff like that, because most of the college gigs, like I've been in a lot of college gigs, like this side, like the not the performer side. So like they're usually like those EDM artists or like Bollywood, big Bollywood DJs.
Now it's actually hip hop in Bollywood. DJs have been replaced by hip hop. Like every other college festival, Divine is playing. It's mental.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Thank God for that, Otherwise, you'd again hear the same DJ playing the same 20 songs. That's the thing. From past 5-6 years, the new edition will be David Guetta's new single or Calvin Harris's new single. It's the same.
I don't think anyone plays David Guetta anymore.
You'll be surprised, bro.
Really?
DJ
No,
Jitu.
people do.
Old David Guetta was amazing. I still listen to that.
Old David Guetta.
Yeah. Like when his collab with Kid Cudi and stuff like that, Titanium and stuff like that.
Same. Titanium abhi bhi bachta hai, bro.
Dude, Titanium is so good.
But it's been what, 10 years since it came out?
10 years?
No. Like 5.
Probably
I don't
more
know.
than that. Who knows?
Really?
I don't know.
It's been around since I was in college.
Yeah.
I was in college 5 years ago.
So yeah, with that, we're going to take a chotu break and we're going to come back with a very special guest who is going to be joining us and she also will be performing a track with you.
Yep.
So, Krupa, you know what?
Bolo.
Break lete yaar.
Chalo.
Chalo.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please make sure you do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. On our social media, one of the things we do is if you send us a screenshot of what you're listening to, we will repost it on our social network so that people can see that what people are listening to. Put us some comments and we'll respond to them. Also want to let people know that we're still hiring. We're looking for producers, content creators, audio engineers, developers, designers, and business roles, and basically all kinds of other things. Go to the careers page on ivmpodcast.com or send us an email at careers@indusvox.com. Wanted to announce 2 new shows that we are starting, Tech Careers in the New and Agla Station Adulthood. Tech Careers in the New is a brand new podcast presented by Accenture. It's hosted by our very own Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay, my co-host on Shunya One. On this show, he's talking to Accenture leaders about the latest and greatest in the world of technology and gives exclusive tips on technology careers, how to grab opportunities and stay relevant. Watch out for fortnightly episodes on Wednesdays starting July 3rd. The other new show that we're launching this week is an exciting show called Agla Station Adulthood, where best friends Ritasha Rathore and Ayushi Amin ride through the various stations of life. Whether you're in your mid-20s, just entering them, or about to cross into the next decade, tune into this fun show. On Cyrus Says, best-selling author Amish Tripathi talks to Cyrus about the shared universe of all his books, the rich and inclusive history of ancient India, and his new book in the Ramchandra series, Ravan, Enemy of Aryavarta. On Equity Sahi hai, Shrey Lunkar, Senior VP at Motilal Oswal AMC, talks to Anupam about the pharma sector in India. On Advertising is Dead, Varun Dugirala is in conversation with the founders of Pocket Aces, Ashwin Suresh and Anirudh Pandit. They discuss the growth and potential of the Indian digital content market. On Mr. and Mrs. Binge Watch, Janice and Anirudh recommend shows that are easy to watch. Join them as they talk about the TV shows Love, Crashing and Lovesick. On the 25th episode of Golgappa, Tripti is joined by film director Vikram Fadnis. He talks about how he started his journey from being a fashion designer to becoming a movie director and his upcoming Marathi movie Smile Please. Also, our host Tripti plays an important part in this movie. On Not Just Dansak, Parzen talks to Chef Viraf Patel about Parsi fusion food. They discuss innovation versus traditional food in the Parsi food circles. On Pulya Bazi, Pranay and Saurabh talk with investor and trader Harsh Vora to better understand the tussle between the Reserve Bank of India and the Indian government. And with that, let's continue with your show.
Welcome back to the ATKT Talent Tent podcast.
Thanks, Krupa.
You're welcome, P-Man. You're welcome too. And we're talking to Rishi Thakker. So with us we have Rishi Thakker, and who else do we have, P-Man?
We have Miss Karshni Nair. She's someone who just collaborated with him on a track that they're going to be performing for us at the end. So you guys
soon.
have to wait till the end of the episode to hear that magic happen here right on the ATK Talent Tent podcast. But we have to talk to this boy more about his music. So, yeah, tell us about the music. What is the song you did with Karshni? And how did you meet her? I mean, it's weird. She's from Pune.
Yeah.
You're from Juhu.
So
She's from Sophia's. You dropped out. Vast contrast there.
Yep. So she did a track with Bridge a while back. Bridge 3 oscillators. Bridge Dalvi. I forget his surname. So, and it was absolutely amazing. And I asked him to get me in contact with her because her voice is absolutely amazing. And I wanted to work with her on a track with more kind of like her vibe than my vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And me and just spoke about it, but like I didn't get in contact with her because like I was busy and she was busy. So I was performing at this show. I was opening for Parafakua, and she was there because Bridge was performing as well. And I got down from my set, and she came up to me and she told me how good my set was. And then I was like, yeah, hi, like what's up, stuff like that. And then someone told me, Bridge told me that she was Karshni, and I absolutely flipped out. And I asked her, let's work together and like let's chill and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, I would love to work with you and like stuff like that. But like we didn't work for another month or something.
Yeah, we didn't.
We
We
didn't.
just spoke. We
Yeah.
just like built a rapport, and then we went ahead with the track.
Yeah, and then like one day we set a date because she's so busy, and yeah,
You set the date.
yeah. No, you said it. So awkward.
Yeah.
So like she said that like both of us set the date, and then she came over and we started the track and almost finished it that day. We finished the first half at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were working
For
non-stop.
7-8 hours continuously.
It's not like you had a track in mind that
not at
suits our voice, which you
No.
all went and started from scratch
Yeah,
together.
I brought my guitar to his house, and he just said, "Play a riff, play something cool. You know how those guitarists play something cool." So
Because I have
I just
absolutely
played.
no knowledge, as you all know.
yeah, I played 4 chords, and he loved it. So it was
And like then
It's one more than what he normally programs.
so like we recorded that like the guitar, and then I started building the track over it, and we worked for 8 hours straight, and then we recorded through my iPhone, and like we like recorded the whole track.
You
like,
recorded what through your iPhone?
her vocals and her guitar.
That's mental. Kids
Yeah.
are doing everything on their iPhones nowadays.
Yeah, so we did that, and like for 8 hours straight we were working, and then we almost finished the track, but she was like because it was 2 a.m. we couldn't do the second half because she was tired, and we couldn't write the second. She couldn't write the second half, and
You all spent 8 hours and just wrote one half.
yeah, and
4
produced the
chords.
whole track.
Okay, I'd produced the whole track.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
A lot of it was done. Like,
yeah, and
in
then
those
I
days.
think the next day we met, or like I don't remember the second day.
No, like
And
Yeah.
we like the next day or something like that. She texted me in the morning that I'm coming, and we'll work on the last half. And then we sat and we finished the song in 2 days completely.
Yeah.
And then like the third day, I mixed and mastered it and completed the whole track.
And what's going to happen with the track?
We're still thinking about it because we finished it really it's still fresh. Like we're still thinking about where we want it to go, and like where should it go and stuff. Where it will fit properly. Whether it should be independent by a label or anything else. Still thinking about it.
how fresh is it though?
A month.
Yeah,
Oh. Whoa.
newborn. A month. Exactly a month, in fact.
How did you just at that gig saw him perform for the first time?
I hadn't even heard of him, and I went for the gig, and I thought, and he was the first performer, and there were few people there, but I was just so absorbed by his music. It was great. I loved it.
Did you go with I'm going to write about this, or you just
For this track?
Yeah, whatever came to your mind at that point, you did.
Yeah, whatever I was thinking about at the time.
All right.
That was it.
What's the song called?
Pluto.
The planet or the dog?
The planet.
I wish it was the dog, but like the
Yeah,
planet.
that's a good idea. We can fit it.
Who came up with the name Pluto?
He did.
It's bipolar.
And then I gave meaning to it. I
Yeah.
gave meaning to it.
So I was just like, oh, we can name it like after a planet because I love space and like stuff like that. I absolutely have no knowledge, but I love it. But like I was like, we can call it Pluto, and she's like, oh, the lyrics are about being sad and lonely and absolutely alone and stuff. I'm like, oh, Pluto isn't a planet anymore.
Yeah,
it's away from the
neglected.
rest of the planets. So yeah, we named that Pluto.
No, Pluto is still a planet.
No, it's not.
Krupa?
No, it's not.
What are you saying?
It's not.
I can't be that out of touch with what's happening in space.
It's
You're
not.
living under a rock.
It got dropped out. Yeah, I got dropped. Oh, that's
Yeah. So, how long did it take you to write the lyrics?
I mean, the first verse and the chorus was written in 8 hours, and that's it. I mean, it didn't take me very
How
long.
much did he influence the lyric writing process? He just said.
He
Pluto.
just sat there
Yeah.
and waited for me to finish writing.
Yeah, I was just laughing.
Was this the first time you collaborated with a musician?
No. So whenever I collab with someone, it's not someone who's from here. It's everyone who's already so I just send them the track, they send the vocals, and it's done. I've never worked with someone in person.
Okay.
I hate working with people in person. I hate because I like being by myself. Working alone. So this was the first time I actually worked with a proper musician.
And it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Was it?
I guess. What's the song's vibe like? You're going to perform for us later, and I can't wait to hear it. But give some insight. Let the people be prepared for it.
It's a little bit indie, and it's chill, indie chill. I'm just going to call it that.
Krupa, you like this indie chill vibes. I'm having a feeling you're going to love what's going to be played.
I was listening to Rishi's music earlier today and I absolutely love it. So I can only imagine what Karshni and Rishi will do.
Man, if I have to put this music in a bracket, I'm going to be very selfish and say, you know, when you're stuck in traffic and the only thing that's going to keep you sane from not getting out of your vehicle and beating the guy in front for holding up and wasting your time is listening to Dropped Out's music.
That's oddly specific.
That's really, also really sweet for P-Man.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
See,
I feel like
you know, my traffic music in Mumbai is this artist group called Sun Monks. Have you heard of Sun Monks?
Nope.
Okay, it's kind of chill electronica vibe. It gets intense also. It's a little droney at times. And it's one producer and a guitar player.
Oof.
So I at least the first couple of songs from that set you sent me sounded a little bit like that.
I love drony atmospheric stuff.
I don't. That's the thing. But this was good. This was good. Are you all planning to do collaborate on any other tracks?
Yeah.
Can you do an album, please?
No, but he said he didn't have fun while working with me now.
Hey,
so
man, I did.
I'm
I
reconsidering.
Now you sit and just record vocal and send it to him like all the others. No. Then only he enjoys.
Yeah.
No, but the process of having like the whole collaborator with you, feeling the whole track with, like, you know, like sitting with you through the production process and you sitting with her through the whole lyrical process is beautiful. It's amazing because you know what the song means. Then you're not making it for just like for the.
Doesn't that make you want to learn to play an instrument though? Like, you know, maybe I should, hey, look how much fun she's having playing the guitar. Maybe I want to learn to play guitar. I want to learn to play keys, you know, or drums or violin, sitar, some instrument. No?
No, I don't think. I wanted to, like, I still want to. I want to learn the keyboard just so I can have a little bit of the sense of like how, like, you know, chords and scales and everything work. But like, I think, like, I don't know, it's like my thing. I think it's an orthodox thing, but I think I'm gonna lose my vibe and my sound if I learn an instrument from, like, you know, from scratch, from basically, of course, a person or like someone like YouTube is gonna teach me, but it's still gonna be from their perspective, and like whatever I learned was through my perspective alone. Like the whole, my chord structures or everything, anything, my whole production process. It's completely, like, you know, built over the last 7 years. Something new and new has been coming up. But if I learn something like an instrument from scratch, I think I'm going to lose my own vibe. That's what I think. Like,
I don't necessarily have to agree with that. I think that will probably open up your mind to a whole new possibilities, of worlds of possibilities out there. Like, you know, I can probably attack a song this way. Maybe you should try. I mean, you saw what happened when she removed out the guitar and played for you, and then the song happened. I mean, she could have played the fifth one too, but you were wowed in the foot. She's like, oh, I'll save the fifth one for the next.
It was exactly like that. She played those 4 chords. I'm like, oh, okay.
Stop.
Yeah,
Too much.
Too much music for me.
Any other collabs? You said you're going to put out an album, and the song is going to be part of that album.
Yeah, like I'm actually planning to come up with an EP. I'm done with 3 tracks. One of them is going to be with Karshni, and hopefully it gets done by the end of this year.
Who are the other 2 collaborators? Are they?
No, so one of them is like one of the tracks is like just production, just like my music, and another one is with an international artist called Changing Cleo.
Changing Cleo.
Yeah. So he is a producer who's just started singing. His name is Wawel, and he's just a producer, but like
with
now
the O or without the O?
With the O.
All right.
So like, yeah, now he's turned into like now he's doing singing as well.
All
so
right.
like he's sung on one of the tracks, and the main track of the whole EP is going to be Bipolar.
Oh, okay. All right. Interesting.
How do you network with people from all over the world? Is there like a group on Facebook or
No, so
like a Reddit thread thing? Or
Reddit,
like...
is that live? I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. You'll be
Live
surprised.
and popping.
I wouldn't know. So like whoever I listen to, I try to, like, you know, get in contact with them. If then, like, absolutely I'm not going in like contacting Skrillex, like, because he won't reply. So many people are trying to get in contact.
Did you try to email Skrillex though? Did you send an email to Skrillex? Hey man, listen to my music. You must have tagged him on Twitter at least. Chalo.
No, I don't use Twitter.
Facebook को tag किया होगा Skrillex को.
I live under a rock.
All right.
No, like
Email.
I want to email.
Pigeon.
How do you email Skrillex? Like, I don't have his email, but like I want to. So like even if now I would just be like, please sun lo that.
Like if Skrillex did come to India.
Yeah, and that was my first festival I ever attended. I don't like going out. Like I'm like a very introverted person. Like I don't go out that much. That was like my first like festival that I actually went to.
Karshni, he dropped out of college for doing music. What are your thoughts on that?
As long as he's making good music, it's fine.
All right, that's fine.
And he is, so it's
But
fine.
then, abhi degree nahi hai, visa kaise milega if you're going abroad
That's
now?
what I'm scared about.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah,
Hello?
I actually got declined because of
Hey,
that.
maybe you can get like really
Yeah,
famous.
I have.
Maybe you can get like really, really famous, so those people will
I
know
think
who
that's
he
a
is.
thing, like an artist visa or some shit
Wait,
like that.
so you're telling me that the visa people dropped you out?
Yep.
She's like...
Also, you asked me about how do I get in contact with like the
Yeah.
musicians
Yeah.
through SoundCloud. Literally,
Really?
like you just DM whoever you like on SoundCloud, and if they're like nice or like if they see that even you have potential, they reply back, and they might even like work with you. That's how like I go about with it.
But then with these international artists, the whole paperwork and legal thing about it comes also. How do you work around that, or do you work with that?
So like we just talk about it. So after like I don't talk about any legal things during the like the production process or like anything.
Isn't that wrong?
No. So like I just want like I never think about all this. So I just even like now I make music for fun, and if I don't like it, I don't put it out. So that's why I have like 120 tracks just sitting there like waiting to like happen like So we just vibe with the song and just finish it, and after like I'm done, like absolutely done, then we talk about how much we split or how much we do. And like now distribution to Spotify, Apple Music, everything's so easy. Like you can distribute the money, like you can divide the money among the artists. Like everything is super easy, so like there's no issue in the paperwork.
What's the payout going to happen on the track featuring Karshni?
50-50, 100%.
50-50, 100%.
Like 50-50, like 100%.
Like, I know you dropped out of school also.
I wish.
All right. So, please tell me a little bit more about the song, because we are going to have a chance to chat after the song's done.
I think if you go by the lyrics of the song, it's about... it's my sort of message, a personal message to people who feel like they don't have a home. Like they're constantly changing places, traveling, but they don't necessarily like it.
Okay.
So they don't feel like they have a home anywhere. And it's basically about that. And they sort of feel neglected. That's why it's Pluto. Because Pluto, the planet, was neglected. So it was cast out.
All right. And so I think it's time where we have Dropped Out featuring. Is it Dropped Out featuring or Dropped Out and Karshni?
Dropped Out and Karshni.
Dropped Out and Karshni going to perform for us Pluto.
After this small break.
Hi, I'm Anupam Gupta, B50 on Twitter, and listen in to the Equity Sahiya podcast brought to you by Motilal Oswal Asset Management Company. The Equity Sahiya podcast offers deep investment insights into the potential of many sectors in India which are growing and have a lot to offer for your portfolio. New episodes out every Tuesday on the IVM Podcast app or any other app where you get your podcasts from.
Are you lonely? Are you scared? Does it make up for your lack of care? Does it feel like no one's there? It's hard to know when you're holding your breath, Perfect but not up this time. You seem to be on my mind. Nothing quite seems to sublime. All this time you seem so quiet. Did you fall apart all alone? Rest assured you never come home. There's nowhere to be, nowhere to see, nowhere to dream now, little one. You're redoing the crimes that you went through. You're finishing the rhymes that never grew. How does one get rid of this feeling of doom? Up this time, you seem to be on my mind. Nothing quite seems as sublime. All this time, you seem so quiet. Speak to me about all of the problems that you encounter, and all of the made-up recipes of known disaster. I don't seem to master this way of articulation.
That was Dropout and Karshni with the track Pluto, and this was the ATKT Talent Tent podcast with me, Krupa, and
The best from Andheri West, yaar. P-Man.
yes. You can follow ATKT at @ATKTIN on Instagram, and the others are on screen. I'm not going to say all of those.
Yeah, but what about those who are listening to the podcast?
They're on the description.
Okay.
Just scroll down. And you can follow Rishi Thakker at I Really Dropped Out on Instagram, and Karshni at Karshni Nair.
Also, your SoundCloud page is soundcloud.com/
Dropout -18.
Dropout -18. Please go check out these tracks on SoundCloud. They are fantabulous.
Big shout out to IVM Podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
And if you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to reach out to me, I am at Rohit Pereira on Instagram. And if you want to reach out to Krupa, reach out, man, directly. Find her on Twitter. She's at 4GRY.
It's 4NGERY.
Krupa, are you single?
I am, yes.
Slide into her DMs, fam.
Don't slide. Don't do anything of that sort,
But
please.
what about the 10,001 people?
That is, they will manage.
And we'll come back next week with नए फनकार, नए कलाकार. अलविदा दोस्तों.
Bye.
We are doing our monthly property, the Poetry Social in Chandigarh at Sector 7 Social on the last Tuesday of every month. From the July, August, September editions, we are selecting 3 poets to be a part of the big poetry bash hosted by Sector 7 Social, which will be live streamed, shot, edited and made a big deal of. And will push the poetry and spoken word scene in Chandigarh. So watch out for more updates on the ATKT social media platforms and register.
Do you wish you were smarter? Well, so do we. But the next best thing?
We could make you sound smarter.
And to help you with this endeavor, we are Simplified, a podcast that attempts to break down the complex world around you with a little knowledge, a lot of poor jokes, and a ton of random trivia.
Episodes out every Monday.
On the IVM Podcast app or wherever you get your podcasts.
See ya!
Advertising is dead. Yep, you heard me right. Advertising is dead. We're all in the content business now. Let's not call it news, TV, radio, etc., etc. It's all content, and we're in the middle of this weirdly exciting phase where all the borders and lines that have been drawn over decades has been swept away by this lovely thing called the internet. We're a show where we don't dwell on just the stuff that is now, but rather the wider stuff about advertising, media, content, and the whole goddamn circus surrounding it. Tune in every Tuesday for our weekly unboxing of the mystery box we used to call advertising. I'm Varun Dugirala, co-founder and content chief at The Glitch, and this is my new podcast, Advertising is Dead.